Hello and welcome back to another in-depth weather video. Today we're going to be talking about tropics, rainfall, the thunderstorm outlook, and we're still dealing with that extreme heat threat. So we do have more excessive heat warnings today in Texas, of course the desert where we had really high temperatures, and then parts of Louisiana and Texas here as well. Other than that, a couple of red flag warnings, some severe threat related warnings, and I think those were, special weather statements. But other than that, a pretty empty map, just the main heat threat. Now let's go to the radar, where we do have a little bit of activity going on. Showers across parts of the eastern part of the country, as well as some thunderstorm related bands. Here there's, I think, 3 of them, and there's some other spotty showers in here as well. Now let's go to the National Hurricane Center. Still nothing in the Atlantic. East Pacific, we're still watching. Well, now post-tropical cyclone Christina has been downgraded, and we still have that disturbance, 60% chance in 48 hours and 5 days. That has dropped in the last few hours, because I'm telling you, I can't find this disturbance forming on any models. GFS, Canadian, the European model, they're all showing this not doing anything. So I expect this percentage to go down and go down and go down as we keep moving along. It could form, but none of the models are actually showing it forming. Now let's head to the excessive rainfall forecast, where for day 2 we have slight risks in Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and New York. Marginal risks in all of those states, including New Jersey, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Maine, and I think a little bit of Vermont and New Hampshire as well. Then another marginal risk here in Virginia and North Carolina. Another one, North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Nebraska, South Dakota, Wyoming, another one in Arizona. Now let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center. We do have an enhanced risk today in areas of Nebraska and Colorado. Then we have a slight risk in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, and Colorado. If you're in the dark green, you're in a marginal risk. That means that you have a 1 out of 5 chance of seeing severe weather. And if you're in the light green area, you are in the general thunderstorm category, which means that thunderstorms can form, but they have very little chance of becoming severe. And the severe weather requirements are at least 58 mile-an-hour winds or 1-inch diameter hail. So tornado threat, 5% in very northern Minnesota. Wind threat is probably going to be the main threat, 30% in that area of enhanced risk. And hail, same thing. This shaded area has a significant threat of receiving hail. So let's move on to the 93 kilometer model, where let's just scroll through this, kind of see what's going to happen. So we talked about yesterday that system that's going to be moving through the northern tier. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. That's what that shaded area in the northern part was for. Now then you have kind of this explosion here, all that moisture all coming together, and I think the main threat for this area is probably really early in the morning. So actually really late at night. late night into Tuesday morning. Right there, those storms right there, popping up and kind of moving along a straight line. Other than that, some showers and thunderstorms in the northeast, as well as some showers in other places, very isolated. But it's just now, along with this low pressure, our thunderstorm risk. So as that low pressure moves, so will the thunderstorms, so will the rain, and that is the main threat for today. Now let's go to the temperatures. Let's go to our high temperatures for today. So we still have extreme heat in the desert. 114 in Vegas, 112 over here, as well as Texas seeing triple digits, 107, 108 in spots. Most of the very south part of the country is in the 90s or 100s. This area right here is also in the 90s and 100s. Everywhere else you should be in the between the 60s and the 80s, unless you're in higher elevations or you have lived near the lakes and it's a bit cooler. But generally across the country we're looking at 60s to 80s, high 60s to mid 80s. But of course you do see 52, 58, and those are in the Rocky Mountains, so those can always change. Those are the most variable. Now let's go to the GFS. I want to go to the humidity. So throughout the day today, you're going to see some drier air movements in the south. And then throughout, I think this is Wednesday, it's going to just start to cycle there. So areas of North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, kind of getting a little bit of relief from the humidity for a bit. Of course, the West has been very dry, will stay dry, but you do start to get that inflow of the monsoon tropical air as well. So that's all I wanted to cover. I hope you guys have a great Monday, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.